What's up Saab fans around the world, and welcome back to another video. Today I have a little bit of a cold. I have had it all this week and it has been driving me nuts because I was prepared this weekend to start my exhaust build, and I bought the pipes and everything, and then I got this cold and have been feeling really sick this weekend. But anyways, we will start this build, and I have started a little bit already with taking down the old exhaust system. But first of all, I think I should show you around a little bit on the car and everything, because I don't think I have updated you guys since like the last video of this, the Arctic White and the Saab Festival build. So let's go around the car. So if you follow me on social media like Facebook or Instagram, you have seen the car already complete. But I have got the air front bumper on, all the trims and pieces that are brand new, and of course the complete car that it has been painted. I have added my own design, forged carbon mirror caps, which looks stunning out in the sun, and in the dark it just looks like more or less OEM. I have tinted the windows, so I have tinted windows all around, which I think suits the Arctic White really well with the A-pillar and the design of the car. I have added the Tune style rear spoiler, which is like a Hirsch style spoiler, and we have the Tune style diffuser, which is also finished in this forged carbon, which is like the only one in the world, and as I said, it looks stunning in the sun. Here we have the Volvo V90 R design exhaust tips. This needs to be adjusted a little bit. I think they should go in a little bit more, so it looks a little bit more OEM, but it sits really flush and nice as it is. So that's basically it on the car. And for today's video, here we have the old exhaust, and from here it goes out to the twin pipes. So the piping up until here is like 2.5 inch, maybe a little bit smaller, but more or less 2.5 inch. And the last part is like these straws. It's so tiny. And then we have the rear mufflers. So for this build I'm actually going to reuse the stock mufflers and these tiny pipes, and they will suit this build so well because I have a plan. So to start from the beginning, here we have the stock downpipe, which is massive, and we have the first catalytic converter. Then it goes down. I had to cut a little bit, but afterwards I wouldn't have needed that, but anyways I did it. And then we have the second cat, and then it goes to a resonator, and then all these bends and out to the twin pipe. So what we are going to do is replace the downpipe with a 3-inch downpipe. This is stainless steel, and this is for like Vauxhall Astra or Opel Astra. And it fits bolt on. I have added this little adapter down here for the second O2 sensor. I can remove it so you will see how it looks. This is to slow down the flow to the second O2 sensor, so you will not be having any fault codes or error codes from those that have tried this, it has worked, but I know that my tuner will fix this even without this. But it's nice to have, so even if you don't have a tune that it's suited and works for this, you can buy one of these lambda adapters and you will get rid of error codes. So usually I build my own exhaust from the turbo and back, but this time I have cheated a little bit with this downpipe. It was really cheap, and one of the odd things about this is they have shaped it like an egg where it should meet the rest of the exhaust, so that will be a little bit of a challenge, but not too hard. I have got some custom made flanges, but I saw right now when I took off the old or the other one that it doesn't need to go all the way out, so I need to cut this off right here and just use this part right here. It fits really nice, so we have something to start to build off. And then we will go with like exact same setup as is. So new flex pipe where the old flex pipe was, 100 cells race catalytic converter with a lot better flow than that one over there. And then we will go with 3-inch piping, no mufflers, no resonators, no nothing, just straight piping. And we will do these bends that we have right here. So I bought 2 meters of just straight pipe. Then I bought this multi-pipe, is what they call it, and this is awesome for exhaust builds. So you get like a 90-degree bend, a 60, a 45, a 30 or something like that. So it fits the build really well. And when we come to the back where it should split up into the 2 parts, we are going to attach both of the stock mufflers because they will fill a function. But in the middle of this we will take it out to just a straight dump out underneath the car, and I will install one of these, which is an electronic valve. So I have a remote for this, so I can open up or close. So if I want like full flow and no distortion, then I will open it up. And when I want to be a little bit quiet and discreet in the early mornings to not waken up the neighbors, I can have the valve closed and the exhaust will go through these straws right here and out into the gigantic mufflers, and hopefully it will be not so loud when taking it through the mufflers. That's just my opinion and my learnings from previous exhaust. I have built the cars until they are so loud that it's not fun to start in the morning anymore. And with this exhaust I have options, and that is the best part about this. So I'm really hyped on how everything this should turn out. But to start with, we are going to wrap up the downpipe and install that back, because that part is something that we just need to install back one time, and then we are going to mark up the new flange and start to build the other exhaust, or the whole exhaust, back to the part where it should like split up into 2. So I have one V-band clamp, and the exhaust will be split up after the downpipe as well. So it will be something like this, quite big piece to handle, but I think it will be manageable.
Let's go. Yo, I'm like an addict, do I gotta have it. I ain't even playing, got a really bad habit. If it moves, gotta grab it, fuse like a magnet. Lose, won't have it till I'm doomed in a casket. I ain't playing, got a weird mind. If you work 8 hours, I'ma work 9. If the shit tastes sour, you should taste mine. I'ma stay in power for a long time. Get up, nah, I ain't a quitter. Toss me the ball, I'm a really big hitter. Big picture, I'm a straight killer. Rising the song to the highest bidder. Got juice, got gas, I'ma move fast. New shoes, new tracks, like who's that? I'm new, come back, better than last. Yeah, it's a new me, never gonna look back. I'm never gonna look back. Cause damn, I was built to last. You move slow and I move fast, and that's facts. Only I can make a change. Slowly take a step today.
So that's the wrap. Came out really nice. Try to get it as tight as possible. And I have reinstalled the lambdas, and here with the lambda adapter. And it sits pretty far out. It's supposed to sit like in here, but it's no problem because we have a lot of space behind there. So now I'm going to throw this in the car, tighten everything down, and I might show you how it sits underneath the car, but I don't have any like Gorilla Pod or anything, so it's hard to show underneath. So this is the first day of building, and right now we are closing in on midnight, and the downpipe is installed, looking really fresh. I probably have done like a million sit-ups right now, but here we have the first band. You can see the downpipe comes down, sits freely. And here we have the first bend that goes to the flex pipe, and then we should make some hangers right there, and then comes the cat, the race cat, and then it's pretty much straightforward and around the tank. But this is the hard part. And this is like no clean welds whatsoever, but it holds up. And I had to cut and grind so many times to get this like angle and bend correct. So now it sits and it's hanging freely. Everything is okay. So I welded it up fully, and now it's much easier to build the rest of the exhaust because it won't fall down right here. So now it's just to tack weld it and build it all the way back, but I think I will continue tomorrow. You can see down here we have the cat up there, then some straight piping, a little bend right here around the fuel tank and up to a V-band, and then straight out. And you will know why I have done it like this further on, but I have built it as tight as possible up against the chassis, so when we lower the car it won't interfere. But yeah, I think this will be pretty awesome when it's done. So now I need to take down the complete exhaust and fully weld it, because right now it's tacked down all the way. So fully weld it, then we can start with the rear part, and that is why I have the V-band clamp right there. So when I done fully welding the complete exhaust, I won't touch these parts again, but I will work on the rear part and we will make some cool stuff right here.
Don't wanna sleep in, cause I got something to prove. I gotta take what I hate and finally make a move. I think of you and all the shit you don't do. Well, I'ma make hella sure that I don't become you. I have no regrets, yeah, I'll tie up my chest. I'll never forget what it's like to be in debt. Been stabbed in the back bed, I'll show you what happens. Pass me the mic and I'll show you with action. I feel this pain, you already know. Turn that to gains, let my money show. I've got these things that I can't let go. Watch me turn this life into something that you can never own. I feel this pain, you already know. Turn that to gains, let my money show. I've got these things that I can't let go. Watch me turn this life into something that you can never own. So fight and die for the things you know you love. Do what you think is right, and see life do what you want. So fight and die for the things you know you love. Do what you think is right, and see life do what you want. So give me all the scars, I'm a human being. Cover them with tattoos so you can't see. Knew it from the start, you had problems with me and the things I could be, I just wish I had seen. I feel this pain, you already know. Turn that to gains, let my money show. I've got these things that I can't let go. Watch me turn this life into something that you can never own. I feel this pain, you already know. Turn that to gains, let my money show. I've got these things that I can't let go. Watch me turn this life into something that you can never own. So fight and die for the things you know you love.
The rear axle is done. It's fully welded and it's been protected, so it will resist corrosion for a little bit. And it's pretty much straight pipe to the rear axle. Here we have a V-band flange, and this V-band flange will go on to this straight pipe right here, and this is where it gets a little bit exciting. So I'm gonna throw this back on the car and we will mount it, and we will not pick that down again, and we will start with the other stuff from the V-band flange and back. I don't know how this video will turn out because I'm doing a lot of work, but not so much is shown on camera. But anyways, I have perfected the fitment of the exhaust tips a little bit. So OEM, they sit pretty flush with the diffuser. Now they stick out a couple millimeters, which I think is looking really nice. So it's like an OEM fit. And underneath I have tacked in, you can see I have welded the V-band flange, and then out goes to a 3-inch, and I have attached both of the pipes, so they are now tack welded into place. So what we are going to do now, what's left to do, is fully weld this and install the, I can't find a word for it, but the mechanism that we are going, the electric valve, that's the word I'm looking for. So getting a little bit tired here, but the valve is going to sit right here, and it's going to stick up like here, and then we are going to attach the electronics, and it's going to be controlled with a remote. And now I'm doing a lot of work with the flanges, so I got some help from a friend making the holes in the flanges. So the big hole like the 3-inch hole is already made in the flange, but I have drilled out these holes right here, and then I had to cut it off, and it's pretty thick. It's like 8 or 10 millimeter flange, so I have one left to cut out, like right here, and I have used like 3 cutting discs or something like that. It's a pretty harsh job, but when this is done, you can see he made the flange with a little edge down here, so a 3-inch pipe fits really snug into here, which is super nice, and then it's just to weld it up. So I'm gonna continue with cutting the flanges, and then we are going to tack up one of the flange, maybe 2 of the flange, and tack weld everything as it should sit underneath the car. Then we will remove it once again and fully weld everything, paint it, and throw it back up. And then I think the exhaust will be like pretty much done. So this will be really nice when it's done. So this is what a setup will look like. Try to get it as high as possible up into the chassis, and also the electrical engine to sit as protected as possible. So I have rotated it upwards, but it still has some clearance. And then we're gonna take the electrical connection and maybe pull it up behind the heat protection and into the trunk. So when I want to, I can go full 3-inch straight back, and when I want it more quiet, I can close this up and let the exhaust gases flow through the stock mufflers that are pretty sturdy, and these pipings are like super tiny, so hopefully there are a big difference in the volume of the exhaust when I have this opened versus closed. So it will be really exciting to listen to. So this is what it looks like right now, everything welded up and everything in place. So you can see we have a slight bend there, so we won't put any exhaust up against the diffuser. And I took the cable from this, drilled a little hole, and then filled it up with silicone, and then this heat shield will be above the connection, so we will only have a little bit of slack on the wire, because the exhaust moves a little bit, not much, but you should have it so it allows a little bit of travel. And this kit came with, or I bought the parts that I needed. I bought this remote control separately, and I got this wire, so just plugged it in right here and hide the transmitter inside here. So I'm just gonna tack up this wire so it doesn't sit everywhere, and same goes here. Just bond it in together. Of course you can take this wire later on and pull it in like right here and attach to the rear of this, so you don't have to like use this one and have this free. But that will be a later problem. I just want to see if everything works. So I hope you can see the flange. So if I push this button right here open, opens up, close down, and it all goes so smooth and so fast, so it's really cool. So this will be awesome. I hope it's a big difference between the 3-inch just free flow and then through the pipes. So what's left to do right now is create the little exhaust tips that we need right here into the actual tip. So I think I'm going to press like a 3-inch or maybe 4-inch, so we get a pretty nice like end pipe out there. Weld that in and then we will be good to go. Now it's a little bit late, but tomorrow we will do a first test start. So we are finally done with everything. It has been like a week in the garage and I have been working for like 3 or 4 nights. You can see here on the car, quite dusty from all the grinding and stuff, but this came out so nice. Wait a minute. You don't see anything. Why didn't you tell me? Blacked out with the tips. You can see what I mean. You have this like anaconda of piping, like 3-inch all the way, no muffler, no nothing at all. But if we seal it off, it will go out to the OEM piping. I don't think there is like any wool inside of these mufflers like it is on the Turbo 6, so they are like empty and hollow, but I think they will take down a lot of the exhaust noise. So startups in the morning will be with closed valve, and later on the day and out on the freeway I might open up. So this will be really awesome. I'm really looking forward to hear this, and I'm a little bit scared and also excited. So might sound like crap, might sound okay. For me, I have to wait until tomorrow. For you guys, you just need to wait like a couple of seconds. So now it's the next day and it's a beautiful day. Sun is shining. So now we are going to, and this is what it looks like in the trunk right now. Just a few wires hanging off, not too bad. So now we're going to do the first test start, and we are going to start with the valves closed and then open them up. There is something vibrating against the tailpipe. We will have a look at that, but such a difference with the valves open. So that's it for this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I think the result came out amazing. This is exactly how I want it. Because when the valves are closed, it's like slightly above stock. Nothing too crazy. It definitely is quite okay. Quite loud on the cold start, but as soon as the cold start settles, it's just completely as stock. But when you open up, it's that throaty, like 3-inch full straight pipe. So completely, this is just how I want it. And to have the ability to decide whether to go loud or quiet, it's just fantastic. That's just how I want it, because if you tune it and open up everything and it gets too loud, it just gets annoying to drive. Sometimes it's okay, but sometimes you want to be like discreet. So this is so good. I hope you enjoyed this video, even though it wasn't too much of the build process, but I have shown you what went in, and I have some previous videos where I just build a complete exhaust. The procedure is the same: cut and grind and tack weld underneath the car, fully weld it and mount it up on the car. So please give the video a thumbs up, comment down below if you have any questions, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.